basic difference between administration and management. And the other topic is management is a science or art. So first of all, let's start with management and administration. Is there any difference between administration and management? So first of all, management and administration. First of all, we all have aware about the meaning of management. What do you mean by management? Management means to manage the activities of the others. It is called management. For example, if you are a manager of any company and you are managing your business, it is called management. But in same way, very few persons are aware about the meaning of administration. What is the meaning of administration? As we all know, our subject is business organization and management, but it is also known as business administration, which is not right in a particular way. For example, first of all, if any person or any authority which are formulated the policies, it is called management. If any person or any authority formulated the policies and create the objectives of the business organization, it is called management. And the objectives or policies which is framed by management, if it is implemented by any person, it is called administration. This is the basic difference between management and administration. So let's see what is the main difference between management and administration. In many companies, there are number of thinkers, there are number of experts who think management and administration both are same. But in reality, these both terms are not same. So generally speaking, these two words have been used synonymously, but both are really different in their meanings and applications. In this sentence, they are says that normally these both words can be termed as the same, and the meaning of the both term is the same. But in reality, these both terms are not same. In the preceding pages, whatever we have discussed in management, the term administration was prevalent for it in the past. In America, even today, the word administration is used for the word management. Management courses, they are recognized as business administration. In America, in today, even present time, all the courses of the management are known as business administration. As we all know, we know the business organization and management. We learn this subject as a business organization and management. If in America you learn same subject, but the name will be different. It will be the business administration. So there are many number of persons or thinkers who say that management and administration both are same. Some say administration and management are not same. So in America, you can say from this line, in America, management known as the administration. The federal government and its departments in America are known as administration. The word administration is used to denote the managerial function of managing the commercial or industrial unit. It means in the America, if any person who manages the activities, it is called business administration. In same way, in any field or any particular business, if any person manages the activities, in India we are saying that it is the management, but in America they all say that it is a administration. According to Oliver Sheldon's view, in this view, Oliver Sheldon's view are totally different from the Indian concept. In India, we have seen that if any person who frame the objectives, who manage the activities, who supervise the lower level employees, these all persons are called managerial functions. And if any person doing any activities, obey the rules, and in a particular manner they are working for the business organization in a real time, they all called the administrator or administration work. But in Selden's view, any person who are managing the activities or who are framing the objectives, it is called administration. Or any person who are really obey the objectives or doing the work in a reality, it is called management. So the Selden's view and Indian view are totally different. They are totally different from the Indian concept. According to Oliver Selden's view, administration means to formulate business policies related to production, distribution, financial, coordination and organizational control under the formation of an organization. He says that if any person doing any activity regarding the production, distribution, controlling, or if he making policy for the business organization, it is called administration. And again, Selden is of the view that Selden also says that management is a function of applying business policy in an organization to achieve some predetermined organizational objectives. If any person who apply the rules or apply the policies of the business organization, it is called management. So, if we see in India, what is management? In India, we can say that formulate policy. In India, what is the administration? In India, administration means application of the policy. Top level management will follow the policy formulation, and the lower level management will apply that policy. Say for example, in any company, for example, in Reliance Industries, the higher level authorities will formulate the policies. This could be our plan. These plans should be worked as per this requirement. These are the rules and regulations of the business organization. This should be met by the higher level authorities, and the lower level authorities is applying that policy in the business organization in a real time. But in Selden's view, he says whoever the person who formulate the policy, it is the work of administration, and any person who applying that particular rules and regulations or do work as per the policy formulated, it is called management. Hope you all get the meaning of the administration and management. So first of all, on page number 99, difference between management and administration. So first, basic function. What is the basic functions of management? The basic functions of management is to formulate policies, and the basic functions of the administration is to implement the formulated policy. Implement the formulated policy. Here clearly said that business function of the management is to formulate the policy. Whatever your objective or whatever you want to achieve in your business organization, it will be created or it will be done by the management, and the whatever the policy is formulated by the top level management, it will be applied or it will be implemented by the administration, which is lower level official. Next, decision. Here you can clearly also see that management takes the decisions, and whatever decision is taken by the management, it will be applied or it will be applied by the administration. So in this we can also say that management takes long-term managerial decisions. Here you can say that takes long-term decision, and on other hand administration takes regular or routine decision. Regular whatever the decisions are, if the decisions are affected in your business organization for a long run. For example, where should be your business organization situated, what should be your policy, from where you have to get your business employees, which machine is must be purchased. These all are decisions which are taken by the management. And routine decisions, which employee work in a which manner, how many particular things are arranged in a particular manner. These all decisions are called regular decisions. It means if any long-term decision, this decision will be taken by the management, and if any decision which is a regular or routine decision, these all decisions will be taken by the administration. Next, third, scope. The scope of management is very wide, and in comparison to the management, administration scope is limited. For example, here we can take one example. Management means in management you can add planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting, budgeting, financing, employee arrangement, or any other decision which is most important in your business organization. While in administration there is only few decisions which are really taken by the administration. So it can be said that the scope of the management is wide in comparison to the administration. For guidance, here you can clearly see from where the administrator or the lower level employees will get the guidance, and who will guide. Here you can say the higher level authorities or management will guide, and administration or administrative work will take decisions or take work as per the guidance. So management provides the necessary guidance to the administration, and administration seeks guidance from the management. It means provides guidance, and here they seek guidance. Next, level 5, which is level management is concentrated more at the top level, and administration is concentrated more at the lower level. here we can also say that the management is more at top level and decreasing at a lower level, because where the decisions is to be taken at that time there need more of management, and in a administration on the lower level administration is a higher, and on the higher level means on a top level the administration work is a very less. So you can say that management is a more at top level and administration is a more at a lower level. Next, plants. Management formulates various plans. Formulation. Plans. And administration has to implement the plan formulated by the management. Here you can also see that the top level officers, as we all know, the top level officer will formulate the policies, and according to policy they plan your activities, and the lower level authority will implement the plan which is formulated by the top level officers. So next point is area. Sorry for disturbance. The next point is, which is 7th point, area. Management decides the limit of the scope of activities of business or industrial unit. Administration implements activities within the limit or scope set by management. Here you can say that management decides the limit of the scope. Decides the limit. So here you can say whatever the limits, whatever the power, whatever the authorities of the business organization, it will be decided by the management, which is top level, higher level, and that decision on that limit, administration implements activities within the limits set by the within the limit. It means, first of all, the management or higher level authority will give limitation to the administration. For example, in any business organization, if any person are there, top level management will give them power, authority, and also limits the authority and power of the administrator, and the lower level officer or administrator has to obey, has to bound that particular limitation. The lower level authority will not work as per their choice, as per their wish. So here the management decides the limit and administration has to work within the limit of the power and authority. Next one is rules and regulations. Now we all have already about, because it is a higher level authority, so management will formulate the rules, and according to rules administration has to work according to the rules and regulations. So rules and regulations, point number 8. Rules. In that, management formulates and prepare the basic policies, rules and regulations, budget planning, control strategies, etc. So here you can write that formulates the rules. Whatever the rules of your business organization or whatever the policy of your business organization, this policy or these rules will be decided by the top level officers, by the management, and whatever the your strategy, it will also be decided by your business organization management. And administration includes the policies, procedures, rules, regulations, budget plan, controls formulated by the management. Includes the rules. Here you can say that whatever the rules and regulations formulated by the management, these all rules must be bound to the administration. In any business organization, no person can do work as per their wish. So, whatever the rules and regulations, for example, in any business organization, the all employees will bound in one time frame. For example, in any business organization, the time of the business is, say for example, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. 9 a.m. to means 9 to 6 is the time of any business organization. So this time will be decided by the management, and the administration or administrator have to follow that rules. It is called rules and regulations, which is formed by the management and implemented by the administrator. And the next one is power. Authority and power with regard to the whole business unit is centralized with the management. Centralized. And in administrator, have powers delegated by them by the management is always limited. You can say delegated. As you all know, the power with the management has more and the power with the administrator has a less. In any business organization, the main power or main authority has to within the management, and whatever power and authority is given to the subordinates, it will be delegated. In the business organization, if the manager gives some duties and some power to the business employees, which is working on a lower level, it will be delegated. So it is always limited. So you can say administration has a limited power and management has a more power. You can say why. Each and every power, each and every authority must be centralized to the management. Next, control. Management controls and supervise over the activities and functions performed by activities. Here you can say control. Who will control whom? You can say management will control administration. Whatever the control system is implemented by the management, all the employees or all the administrators must be followed. Here you can say that management controls and supervises over the activities and functions performed by administrator, and administration have to function under the supervision and control of the management. It means management will control, and according to control, administrator have to work as per the rules and regulations. Then inclusion. This is one of the most important points. If you will understand this point, you don't need to understand any other point. In only one point, you can understand all the concept of administration and management. So first we have read that point. Then I will try to teach you that point. Management has a wide scope, and so it includes administration. Management has a wide scope, so it has includes the administration. Management's area is very extensive. The area of the management is a very wide, very extensive. While in administration is a subset of and part of management, So here you can see the area of management is wide and the area of administration is less. For example, this is the management. You can say, for example, if this is the management, then this is the administration. Let's take one example to understand this concept very easily. You all are aware about the geographical area of Jamkhambali. If you want to understand these things, at that time you can say that management means Devbhoomi Dwarka and the administration means Jamkhambali. It means management is a wide, Dwarka has a wide scope, Dwarka has many territory like Jamkhambali, Manvachal, Jamkalyan, and Jamkhambali has only limited scope. So it can be said that management means the higher level authority or the administration has less scope. In other words, you can say, you can also take the example of India and Gujarat. India and Gujarat is a part of India, but Gujarat is a part of India, but India is not the part of Gujarat. India has many states. Gujarat is the part of the India. So in this you can say that management has a wide scope and administration has a less scope. Management is a bigger than the administration. Now next point, interdependence. Management decides the goal of enterprise. Management and administration are subsidiary to each other, and administration is done as per the manager's now his programs and its complementary to management. Here they say that the administrator is the part of the management. Whatever the objectives or whatever the policies is framed by the management, it will be followed or it will be applied by the administrator. So it can be said without management, administration is useless, and without administration, management is useless. So here you can simply see that many persons say that administration and management both are same, but in real term you cannot say that administration and management both are same. Why? Because while you are managing the activities, means whenever you prepare the policies, formulate the plans, and do tasks according to particular objective, it is included in the management, and whenever that particular task, that framed objective will be applied in a real term, implemented in a real situation, it will be called administration. So administration and management both are not same in the eyes of the business organization. So now move towards our new topic, which is management and art or science. So first of all, sorry for disturbance. So we are going to study management is an art or science. Management art of. Before going to understand the management term as an art or science, we have to study the difference between art and science. First of all, what is art? If you have any abilities or any qualities regarding any particular work, it is called art. For example, in business or in the real world, there are many persons who have any speciality or special ability. For example, if there are any dancer, everyone cannot dance in a smooth manner, good manner. Everyone cannot be a very good painter. So this painting, this dancing can call art. In science in science there is a particular rules and regulations. There is a particular rules which is bound to everyone. For example, there is a one rules that is in any scientific rules. If all the experiments is done in a same situation, it will give you same result. So let's see. Let us take the meaning of art and science and then apply it to management on page number 102. What is an art? Art is the procurement of specialized skill or knowledge through experience, living and seeing. Art can be termed as getting the desired result through the achievement of goal by using specialized skill. It means if you have any particular skill which is specialized by you. As I already given you one example, if any painter is there, painting is an art. If any dancer is there, everyone cannot paint in a good manner. There are two persons, both the person have different qualities. These all called arts. And what is science? Paragraph number 2. What is science? Science means expert knowledge, but thinking in a conceptual way. Science is a full of knowledge, but this knowledge is developed clearly and concisely through a series of experiments, practices, and principles. It means science has some principle. If any person follow any science, science can be called one particular thing in that there is no change in science. For example, here they say that knowledge is developed clearly and concisely through a series of experiments, practices and principles. It means if you follow or if you repeat any experiments in the same situation, the experiments will give accurate and the same result. If the experiments will give you accurate and same result, it will be called science. So, in management, there is a systematic study of ideas, concepts, principles, and they are properly arranged and used. In a simple manner, I can say that first of all, what is art? Art means specialized knowledge. And what is science? Science means series of experiments. Or in other words, you can also say that science means rules and regulations or particular things. If specialized knowledge, if you can see what is the specialized knowledge? Specialized knowledge means if you follow any particular art, it is you can take example of painter. Painter has a specialized skill of painting. Dancer has a specialized skill of dancing. Or any other artist has specialized skill of their particular field. And what is science? Science is the same for all the persons. If any person follow the rules of science or follow the experiments, it will be gives you the same result. So at that time you can say, for example, if any rules or anything which is give you same result, that will be called series of experiments. That will be called science. So science is a systematic body of knowledge. It is not individual oriented. It does not involve estimation but scientific analysis of facts, principles and regulations. It will be not changed according to the situation of any particular any individual. So on page number 103, they have given the if manager have competency, vision and ability, then only the work will be done properly and efficiently, and proper direction will be provided. It means if there are two persons in the business organization, they are given some principles of the management. We have already studied the principle of the management. The principle of the management are same for all the person. If any person is a manager there, all the person have to follow the principle of the management. But by only following the principles of the management, will you get the proper result? No, you will not get proper result. So science is the same for all the business person or all the business enterprise. But if you want to get achieve in your business organization, at that time you have to make art to manage. And art means if manager has competency, vision and ability, then only the work will get done properly and efficiently, and proper direction will be provided. So manager also need to have shrewdness and skill to get the work done. It means the principle and the rules and regulations of the business organization is same for all the persons. Whatever the persons are there, whatever your nature or whatever your things or whatever your power in your business organization, the rules of 14 principle is the same for all the managers. But every manager has a specialized skill. If any manager has a specialized skill to manage the employees, it will get more benefit